Greetings and salutations, my fellow Entropians. I got a new show for you. It's a resource-based show that I don't know what I'm going to call it. So if you have any suggestions, comment down below, and we might make this a weekly thing. Drop some extra likes. I need them. Trust me, I need more likes. I don't know why I need the likes. I just know I need them. So if you like the video, that would be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed and you watch Entropia content, please just subscribe. Make an account if you have to. That way you can like chat with everyone else. Build a sub community in Entropia. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into this show. I hope you enjoy it, and let's go. All right, here we go with the minerals report. I know that there's oil right there, but that's just because it's oil. It's pretty common. But that's at about 102.69, so like about 103% for the oil that you're going to be buying as of right now. So I guess what this is April the 27th, 2025, and this is what we got oil for. Oh geez, no, you go back to where you come from. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right here. It seems to have spiked, but that's probably just a low blip or whatever, because as you can see right here, learning how to do the markets, this is a very low volume. So low volume at a high price, that's not what it really should be. It just happens every once in a while. Somebody buys a small stack for a little bit higher, and that's, you know, a way some people like to sell. But big bulk volumes equals more big sales. And there is a lot of money floating around, but you know, here you go. You just look at the average markup. It was about 103.5. That's the average markup. That's always been so for at least the past year. But 104.5 for the decade. So I mean, things happened, but now it's a little bit more stable. But you can get your profit margins off of just this. So buy low, sell high, or don't sell higher than this. Unless you can. Anyway, Lysterium is 104, so almost about 105, but getting that high is going to be a little bit difficult, but definitely doable, as you can see. And we got all sorts of the mean looking graphs here. Looks like some sales have been a little bit tanking for Lysterium. I don't know why. Pretty common material. Actually, it's a little bit opposite here. So I guess it is still selling at about maybe about 600 kped right there. Wow, that's a lot of sales. Like 600, yeah, 600 PD a day. Nice. I don't know what's going on, but as you can see, we got the Cobalt prices. Now this is pretty decent right here, because on the month it's been falling, and I can't believe this keeps happening. I gotta learn how to do this better. All right, so at the week's time, all right, so we got month is 104.90, but it's been moving up to like 108. So this is a good thing to have, especially right now, to sell it immediately, because it's worth a little something. It's it's spiking up. So there you go. There you have it. And people are buying it. So you can, while it's spiking up, people are buying it. Hopefully they keep buying it. But there you go. Cobalt. If you got some, sell it. I think that's important. Belkar ingot. Looks like this has not died. Oh my. It keeps doing it, doesn't it? I want it over here. You know what? We're just gonna clip that, see if it stays. So this is pretty stable for Belkar, but it has risen up quite a little bit. Space mining kind of killed it there for a minute, and then people stopped space mining like crazy. And I wouldn't space mine until Unreal comes out. That way we can make sure that all the space miners out there are actually contributing to the Unreal tokens, which will not be tokens anymore after Unreal drops, but they were indeed be shares that will pay you out based off of all activity in Entropia universe. But back to Belkar, I mean, what we're looking at is there's more demand for it. It seems like demand might be falling though, so I don't know. Maybe 110%, but definitely more than 105. So sell if you can and try to get some of that money. Belkar, you can get it through space mining or regular mining. So, but it is definitely needed, especially for crafting. So keep that in mind. Yes, it's sad whenever things are cheap, but to crafters, it's not sad. It's a good opportunity, and that's what's needed sometimes. All right, we're gonna move on to iron ingot, and it looks like the iron ingots. Yeah. That's right. Let me move it. Let me move it. Gotta move it. I gotta keep moving it. I guess this didn't work. So clearly what we have here is iron is basically just so common of a drop. It is below 102%, at least right now. For the yearly, it was up. It had some times to shine. I think these were Resource Mayhems, but yeah, if you take a look now, it's not doing so hot. It's only at 102, which is like nanocube territory. But if you can hold on to some, get a nice little stockpile going on, whenever this stuff starts spiking, such as like Resource Mayhems, that might be the time to sell. That's right. You can hoard it and then sell it at a specific time when it becomes more popular, which might be a good idea if you're looking to make some cash in the long run. But when it's at its most common, it's 102%. Then it goes up 4% to like 106. It went up to almost 110 this time. Maybe it'll only go up to 104%. You only get 2% for holding on to it for so long. I don't know. I don't know the answers, but these are risks that you have to take in order to make a little bit of extra money. So get it, hold on to it, and boom. Or just let it sit by the wayside and, don't invest in the iron ingots for resale value for later, and then let somebody else do all of that and get all that money. Yeah, it is what it is. You gotta take it with the grains of all the salts. No. Dang it. It keeps doing it, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a running gag, huh? Pyrite. Looking at pyrite right now. Alright, pyrite it used to be the Mac Daddy. Is it still the Mac Daddy? Wow, actually it looks pretty good, to be completely honest. Alright, let's look at the year. Alright, so it was up pretty high, and when did space mining come out? It doesn't matter. It just started dropping like crazy. And now it is below 130%, above 125%. That's good. That's still good. There's still like a lot of leeway, especially if things go right. Now, one thing that I'm going to tell you right now, being is that I don't know what the Mayhem stats are looking like, but there's a lot of people that were like, I'm not going to do Mayhem this Easter Mayhem. So we'll come out with the stats tomorrow by looking at the Calypso Landy income. But if people aren't going crazy, going ham on Mayhem, then pyrite ingots are probably going to go down in price because there's not enough damage enhancers cracking. And the pyrite ingots goes into damage enhancers. It might go into a few other things, but that's the most prominent that I know of. So maybe it will be on the progress bar to maybe even drop lower. Who knows? But yeah, pyrite, be careful. You can only get it in PvP areas. Doesn't have to be lootable. Listen, it doesn't have to be lootable. You can basically, let's see, you can get it from right over here in this little PvP zone right here at Fort Argus or whatever this teleporter is, Hungary. Just get it here. you might get shot. Oh, big whoop. You might get shot. But it's in that PvP zone. You can also get it as a tailing reward for space mining, which is kind of PvP-ish, especially if you like stick close to the stations. It's PvP enabled zone, but not lootable. It's the lootable areas that you gotta really watch out for. So you've been warned, but PvP is nothing. If they shoot you down, they shoot you down. Whatever, they can't get anything off of you. They waste money shooting you. But as long as they have fun, they're not gonna care. Just keep that in mind. All right, and Gazurdite ingots. Oh geez, what do we got going on here? Okay, we're not moving anything. Yay, finally. All right, Gazurdite. I know that you can actually use this in crafting, but it looks like the average markups for this for the last month has been like right over 104% for last year's 104%, and then max for the decade's been 105%. So I mean, there's a little bit there. So make sure you stack this stuff up, and then you can sell it at a reasonable markup. And I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of the markups for mining is fairly decent. You can probably sustain your dollar doing mining if you are smart with your minerals and you sell them correctly. I wouldn't sell them to a middleman. I wouldn't. Sorry, middlemen. But I'd sell it straight off the auction house. But make sure you have like a good stack of a cool 100 so you don't get eaten up by the 50-cent little fee, whatever, and get a little something for your troubles. But Gazurdite, if you're getting it right out the ground, that's 100% markup, you know. But then you sell it for a 4%, and then you should be good. Boom, just like that. Narcasium, ooh, Narcan, Narcanism. Isum. You know what? Narcansium. We'll just say that. This has been pretty steady. This month is. Did the price? Are the prices going up on this? That's okay. Listen, it's not like I study this, but we might do this as a weekly thing. Extra likes if you want this to be a weekly thing. But yeah, it looks like there's a huge stockpiling rush. A lot of people buying it at 108. They might be thinking about turning that 108 into 110. Means that's what's been going on for the year. So I don't know. This might be trending a little bit upwards, and this might be nice for miners out there doing their thing. And I think this is. You can also get this from space mining, but you know, if you get on board on planet side, that's pretty sweet too. Or you can just trade in this. Find a good little place where you can like set up shop, buy it low, and hold on to it until you can sell it for the right price. I think there's money to be made there. Gazurdite. Looking at the Gazurdites. Let's see. So, ooh, okay. About 300 PD's been sold here. About 400 for the weekly. Okay. So 112%. Looks like this is what this is currently trading at here, and nice little spike right there, right before some heavy buying, and it spiked up to 120 and then went back down to about 110. Wow. All right. Looks like people are trying to buy it up and probably craft with it. So I don't know. That's a pretty good margin right there. Does it repeat? Does this cycle repeat? Oh gosh, what is this cycle? Past year, yeah, this is something that really gets affected by, it looks like, Resource Mayhems and stuff like that, and it's just gone crazy here recently. Yeah, maybe you guys want to get into the whole stockpiling for Resource Mayhem to try to get a little bit of profit off of that, off all the crafters, or buy it cheap now to where when it comes down to crafting, there you go, you have it for cheaper. The sky's the limit. Buy low. And craft it, and it's a lot cheaper, and whenever it's in high demand. Wow, Gazurdite, good job, Gazurdite. All right, and Azurite, a lot of people are really starting to realize how cool this little metal is. Hasn't always been the case, but it's been pretty low until like the beginning of this year, and it just skyrocketed up. I think that's mostly due to the whole resource mayhems and stuff, because it used to be high, and now it's back down to being low. But I think this has something to do with the trucker hats, probably, or the fact that this was a turn in for Resource Mayhem. Might still be, might not be. I don't know. But 104 turned into, like, this is 106 for the daily, almost 106 right here. But then 104 for the monthly. So you're noticing that the price has gone up here recently. Will it go back down? Probably. Because most of everything in the materials category and ores and in matters, it fluctuates. It got the ups and the downs. It's volatile, and it should be that way. So buy low, sell high, or sell to craft. All right, this has been most of the ores for this side of the aisle as of April the 27th, 2025. So here you go. All right, here we go. We have the hunting side of things. Got all the oils here. Listen, I know, I get it. You guys are tired of like the same old loot all the time. Blah, blah, blah. This is all that we get whenever we go out hunting. Well, you know what? These are really important materials. Okay? They're so important that they need to actually be in high demand. Not just in high demand. They are in high demand. They need to be in high supply so that the prices don't get too crazy. Because it's the crafters that craft with this stuff. And, you know, they take their losses. But, yeah, I know there's, like, math involved and all that. But I really don't think that there is. Listen, like, I really think that when it comes down to all the crafting and stuff like that, they get their TT value of all that stuff, then they just match the prices to the market. They don't even take into account their own losses. They're just, it doesn't matter. They're taking losses because you can't sell it for your taking losses prices. Because everybody is selling it the cheapest that they possibly can, at least the crafted items and all this other stuff. But that's the biggest issue. You get what I'm saying? But here we got the animal muscle oil right here, and yeah, it's always been like not all that high of a price. But if you take a look, the 10-year says 103.62%. Maybe it should go up to like 104%, and stay no higher than that. You know, maybe that should be a thing. But it's animal muscle oil. There's more people hunting the low level things that drop the animal muscle oil, so there's going to be a bigger supply of it. And the cells kind of speak for themselves. We got like 7,000 PD spent today on animal muscle oil on the market. That's not to say that the player to player trades going on, but this stuff moves through the economy fairly quickly, and it's used up almost just as quick, because this is in the two simple conductors and springs components. You need these, so that and animal eye oil, and it's a really important thing. But just know that there is some money in this, because you can always buy it for lower. But I wouldn't go too much lower if you are buying it. I mean, yeah, get your profit in, but also keep in mind that the people that need the markup the most is the people that are just straight up getting it. So you might want to skip the middleman and go ahead and save this stuff up till you get like a good decent stack that you can throw onto the auction house yourself and try to get as much as of the markup as you possibly can. I'm just telling you this right now. This is why it's always good to have a good bankroll before going hunting, because then you get to play longer without having to worry about whatever. But this should be one of the things that fills up the fastest. Animal muscle oil should be like, boom, you have 100 PD's worth, after your hunt. So just keep that in mind. But I mean, if you're rolling at a higher level, if you're rolling at a low level, it might take you a little while to pick up a whole bunch of it. But keep working at it and get your skills in, and just keep that grind. It does look like animal eye oil is getting just hammered here. It's been so low. It should be like 103. That's the decade long, but as we go into the yearly, it's 102 and a half, and then for the month, it's 101.80. This is under the nanocubes, so it could be safe to say you could just nanocube this and maybe make some more, especially if you're getting it at under this price. But I know some crafters out there would love to just get their hands on some of this, but this is really common. A lot of people, especially not the fresh off the boat noobs, but like people that's been here for quite a while, or even veteran hunters just playing low and slow. Animal eye oil is going to be very, very common. It might look like it could be like more common than, yeah, it's definitely more common than the animal muscle oil, but the sales on this, as you can see, double has been paid off on this day of, in comparison to animal muscle oil. So more than double has been bought. And like I said, though, this is in the first two components of the simple conductors and plastic springs or whatever. Simple springs, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I mean, don't expect too much with this, but I mean, it's there. It's definitely there. We're gonna jump around all over the place. I don't remember what the next one is. It's probably animal thyroid. But as you can see, let's just go to Pancreas. Pancreas looks horrible. It definitely does look horrible. This is absolutely just insane. Animal pancreas oil, jeez, 101.14. People are literally nanocubing this. So, and it doesn't look like it really ever peaks above 102. So if you're looking for nanocubes, I guess you could do animal pancreas oil. But people have been buying it like crazy. So, I mean, you might be able to get something at pretty cheap, especially if you can keep it low. But when it comes down to the nanocubes, I don't know. I mean, you could definitely, it could swing both ways, let me tell you. But if you don't have the ability to just like sit on a whole bunch of nanocubes, you might want to keep selling the actual oil itself, because you have to hold on to the nanocubes for a little while, so you might as well hold on to the oil, see if somebody actually genuinely needs it. But depends on what you want to do with it. I don't know. Do you? All right, animal thyroid oil. Oh my gosh. All right, this is probably almost in the same boat, but I mean, it got 102.15 today. So there is hope for this, and with most items, you might be able to get a pretty decent price for it. You just got to be really patient. But all right, so 102 and a half. This is a pretty common ingredient, I think, for ruds, simple ruds. So most of all this is in the simple series, as either the first series of things, or throwing it into like conductor 3s and 2s and stuff like that. The simple 2s and 3s. You always gotta keep aiming for your crafting level to get higher. But as you can see, I mean, it's been pretty stable in the past year, though. It looks like these are Resource Mayhem prices. It might have peaked to about 103 on average, so maybe something to hold on to and maybe make some money during a Resource Mayhem. But I wouldn't go too crazy with it. Maybe like 500 PED, maybe 1,000 PED. I don't know, depends. But yeah, if you find that you actually need this stuff, though, any of these items, go find what drops it and go shoot at it. Especially if you need it, if you just want to bypass the markups altogether. But that's only if you need it and you're a decent hunter. But oh wow, I want to go into animal heart oil right now. Animal heart and animal brain oil are like the rarities of these types of oils. You know, of the animal oils, these are the rare ones. Big mobs usually drop this, and we're looking at like all sorts of like high markup. But I would think that only you will only, like, if you're a newer player or a low level player, you're only gonna get these bad boys right here through like team hunting probably. But nah, I mean, unless you're going big game hunting and you have the right gear, then yeah, you'll probably get some of this. But these kind of things I'd just like to stay away from, to be completely honest. But we'll check out the graph on this. We got a lot of movement. Let's look at the past year. So yes, definitely a Resource Mayhem type deal. You can get some of these and sell them during Resource Mayhem. It looks like people might be stocking up for that just now. And they're buying it about 107% maybe to get like a couple percentages at the 110. I don't know though. I don't know. But right around now, it's starting to pick up. So animal heart oil. Look at that. Animal brain oil. I think that this is always in high demand. I would like to think. Well, maybe not high demand, but the prices have been going up on it. Maybe because there's just not enough people hunting the stuff that drops this. Because people want to save money, but that's probably why the higher markups are there. So at least they're getting some money somehow on the top end of things. But still, because it's quite the rarity. We got 1,000 being sold right there for the day. Almost 10,000 PED right here. Animal heart oil is like double that at 22 for the last week, but a lot more sales for the month than the brain oil. So maybe that's because when people are dealing with the brain oil, it goes straight to the crafter that needs it the most. Maybe there's some like player to player trades affecting some of this. But all right, animal kidney oil is one of those low ones on the whole list of things. But oh, there's a nice little spike for this week, then it just gradually drained back down. But we're looking at 101.21. Okay, so for the month it's 101.37, but the yearly price is 103, and that's because the Resource Mayhems, a little bit of that, and just a small decline right through there. So yeah, think about the Resource Mayhems as being a great time to unload stuff. So if you can stockpile, that I think that's going to be the play. Now I don't know when the next Resource Mayhem is going to be, so don't ask. But do I think it's a good thing? Yes, I think it's a good thing that they're going to be changing it up a little bit. Hopefully they do that right. I don't know, but. All right, so let's do animal adrenal oil. I love this stuff, actually. One of my favorite animal oils. Animal adrenal. And that's because it actually goes in the simple 2 conductors. So after you're doing your animal muscle oil and animal eye oil, then it's the conductors and animal adrenal oil, and then boom, you got a simple 2 conductor. And that's actually pretty cool. That's why I like it. It is definitely one of my favorites. But is it your favorite? So the average markup for this is 102, and I like to kill the esophils on New Treasure Island to get mine, you know. But that's just my preference. But the monthly says 101.90, so looks like this is kind of in oversupply from what it looks like. People like to hunt these things. The total sales for the last year, 5.5 million PED, dudes. And for this month alone, it's 346K. So that's a lot of sales. So there's a lot of money going through on this market, and it stays low. It stays relatively low, except for it looks like during Resource Mayhems and a little bit after it. It does spike, but yeah, this might be one of those hold on hold on and then sell it during Resource Mayhem. But just keep in mind that crafters still like to get this pretty cheap. So I don't know. Don't hoard it completely to where the prices really start to change. Like, let the crafters have it for cheap. But you do have there is a pretty good margin on it. 102 for this week, but it kind of drops a little bit by the wayside, so there's probably like a good supply of it up. I don't know, I haven't checked the market, but I'm just assuming, and I guess if we did go over and check, we'd find out I might be right. But it's very important for the crafters to use up all this stuff, and that's usually what happens. And but usually when it comes down to me, I usually farm for all my stuff. So if I really need it, I'll buy it, but usually I'll just go hunt for it. And that's something you got to do. All right, animal liver oil though. The average markup for the last decade's been 102.43%. So about 103, a little bit under 103. And then for the month, it's 102.27. And then for the week, it's 101.25. There might be a lot of short-sighted people this week, because it does look like it's going back up to 2. And that 4. Oh wow. Okay. I see what's going on here. I see what I don't see anything. I really don't. But it's animal liver oil. It is what it is. It's gross liver oil. But you know, when it comes down to the hunting, I guess, you know, this is the markups that we're looking at. Maybe if the markups were a little bit higher on most of these items, life would be a little bit better. But it would basically, on the other side of things would be a little bit more expensive if these things got any higher than what they already are. Because these are core ingredients in all the simple conductor crafting, and the springs and the ruds, all those simples. This is what you're looking at. So I don't know. It's the most common items that drop in your loot pool. But if they got too high, it would be bad. But being that they're so low, it's still bad. So I don't know. Maybe Mind Art needs to balance this out, or add some more base items that we can get that can maybe hold a little bit different kinds of markups. I don't know. It's a fine balancing act. But animal spleen. That's right, animal spleen. I know you can get these off the Leviathans, those Kreltons or something up on Crystal Palace, I think, or is it the Ariels? I don't know. Animal spleen. This is a big one. For some reason, I know that you have to have this for the level 8 gizmos, and then you recycle them and get some shrapnel. But these things, they're nice. Animal spleen, it's low priced, but I think it's like worth like 5 PED per item. So that's pretty insane in and of itself. You know, it's like a 50-cent item, and then you splash 102% markup on that. Yeah, and you get it in a nice good stack. It's not that bad. It sells nice, but does it really? Yep. Resource Mayhem. This item basically is in need, and that's pretty cool. But other than that, it's like at 102. Resource Mayhem, it peaked at 108. So maybe somewhere between 104 and 106 in future Resource Mayhems is what we might be seeing. So I don't know. You'll get your money if you buy and hold and hoard. But just keep in mind, there might be a crafter out there that needs it for cheap. So it's up to you. Make money or share your potential profits. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Maybe a little bit of both. up to you. It is definitely up to you. So I hope you might make the right decisions, right? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more interesting Entropia content. If you got any ideas for other types of content, type it down in the description, or not the description, the comment section. But read the description. AI, some AI worked really hard to make that. So, yeah. Until next time. Goodbye.